Oh, yeah. Gregolog on AIDS. You're welcome. So last night, during another wretched episode of the fashion show, it's like Project Runway for inmates, I came across a new anti-HIV ad. The message, when you get HIV, it's never just HIV. Now, some gay groups want the ad pulled, saying the warnings about unsafe sex are yucky and could further stigmatize gay folks. And the nads at GLAAD are testy, of course, saying the ad misses the mark in representing what it's like to live with HIV/AIDS, which wasn't the ad's point, but watch for yourself.
When you get HIV, it's never just HIV. You're at a higher risk to get dozens of diseases even if you take medications, like osteoporosis, a disease that dissolves your bones, and dementia, a condition that causes permanent memory loss. And you're over 28 times more likely to get anal cancer. It's never just HIV. Stay HIV-free. Always use a condom.
Anal cancer. 2 words you don't want to hear in a row. Anyway, at first the ad bugged me. I mean, shouldn't the fear of getting HIV be enough persuasion? Or are we now at a place where a disease that's killed millions is treated like a hangnail? But then I realized that this ad wasn't just a scare tactic at all, but a tribute to drug companies and their employees. It's true, thanks to them, HIV is now a manageable illness, and because it's no longer a death sentence, people who are alive now need a reminder that there are other diseases that come with carelessness. So think about that the next time you hear some D-bag railing against drug companies and their costly pills. The fact is, drugs are expensive because so many of them fail, and even the successful ones may benefit only a few people. Really, without those evil drug companies, which are always demonized in movies like Michael Clayton, there'd be no one alive seeing movies like Michael Clayton. Even an angry activist should get that, but probably won't. If you disagree with me, you are a racist, homophobe. You. Jedediah, good ad or bad ad?
Bad ad.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it.
Really?
I think that the safe sex message is important, but I think that the group that they intended to target, for whatever reason statistically, they found that 44% of people who recently were contracting HIV were gay men. That's what the study found, and they felt that that was a group they needed to target. But the bottom line is, AIDS is not a gay man's disease. It's a human disease, and many different people get it. And I think that they could have had a universal message for everyone that safe sex is important, and they could have included some of those statistics and spoken to those groups of people. But it's important to speak to everyone on that matter.
I don't usually quote Meatloaf, but you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that my byline says wrestler/author, not wrestler/scientist. In the end, I'm for whatever saves people's lives, but I agree with Jedediah.
But the thing is, weren't they realizing, Tom, that because you can now live a long life with HIV, people are resorting to unsafe sex practices again, which open a whole new cavalcade, probably the wrong word, of diseases that could make your life miserable.
Or cabaret.
Cabaret.
Yeah.
Terrible, Bill.
But that's what you want to do with an ad like that. They're saying HIV, not good. These are the bad things that come with it. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think it scared me. Despite the incredible handsome models.
Yes.
Can I just point out that my dementia and osteoporosis have come from years of ring abuse? Yeah,
there are a lot of.
Just want to dispel those rumors.
There's a lot of 80-year-old women with osteoporosis going, but I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Bill, is GLAAD being stupid by by coming out against this ad? If this ad does save lives,
GLAAD's been protesting a lot of weird things lately. Stuff that I think that they're starting to do the PETA move, where they don't really care about the issue; they just want to get their name out there by saying that they're protesting it, which is rubbing me the wrong way. And GLAAD usually rubs me the right way. But my reaction to this ad was one reaction only. I looked at the screen, and I was like, Scott? That is just a role, right? Yeah. Call me, but then again, maybe don't call me.
Yeah, he's been staying at my place.
Well, all right. You're a better man than me.
Yeah, all right.
I'm very clean.
Do you have a comment on this show? Email us. It's redeye@foxnews.com. And to leave a voicemail on my direct line, call 212-462-5050. Still to come, the halftime report from TV's Andy Levy. A jerk.
Tonight's halftime report is sponsored by pie, that baked dish usually made of a pastry dough casing that contains filling of various sweet or savory ingredients. Thanks, pie.
Welcome back. Let's find out if we've gotten anything wrong so far. For that, we go to TV's Andy Levy. So, Andy, what's the word?
Well, Greg, according to the Gospel of John, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And Christians consider Jesus to be the Word made flesh, while many people around the world believe that the bird is the Word, Greg.
You mean the trashman?
Excuse me?
The trashman. Everybody's heard about the bird.
I'm not familiar with them, Greg.
I hate him.
Woman sues McDonald's over Happy Meals because nothing says I'm an unfit mother more like suing McDonald's over Happy Meals. Mick, Jedediah, you both seem to think it's up to parents to make choices for their kids, but that's old-fashioned. We don't do that anymore. We let the government make those choices for us.
Yeah, thanks to this administration and others like it. Yes, I agree, Andy. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Buck stops here, Andy. Yeah. The buck
Right there?
It stops here.
Okay, cool. All right.
In my house.
The government should have to
Excellent.
deal with him as far as I'm concerned, and then
I
let's
agree.
stop all this nonsense.
Yep.
Men shouldn't be, just blindly adhering to their kids' wishes. They do that for their wives. with
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Slim chance of sexual favors in the distant future. Yeah.
Emphasis on distant.
Yeah.
The married people nod. The single people go, sad. Sad. Married people, sad.
Some of us just go, what are sexual favors?
Yeah.
Truly, we are the saddest.
And then they came for you.
Tom, do you really have kids?
Yes, two daughters.
They let you do that?
They let me. What? What are you talking about? We were just talking about sexual favors, and then you segued into my daughters. What are you talking about?
Oh, Andy.
It's weird how your mind went there. Mick, genius idea for the mom to get the toy and leave the fast food behind. But also, McDonald's does offer healthier options for the Happy Meal, like apple slices.
We love the apple dippers.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
You can leave the caramel behind, and they're
Yep.
delicious Granny Smiths, I believe.
Yeah.
Tasty. Yummy.
Assange out on bail is a creepy emailer. The best part of this, Greg, I don't know how you missed this. He writes this nasty email telling the girl, quote, "Your reaction to my phone call lacked dignity. It saddens me to have misjudged you." Then he says, "Please respond."
Yes. It's stalkers and weirdos always put it on the object of their stalking. That's their fault that you don't get that I'm the greatest.
But it's like, you're a big jerk. I hate you. You're the worst person I've ever met. Please respond.
Yeah.
So how do you know so much about stalkers, Greg?
Well, I've done a lot of my own research. I actually stalk the stalking experts.
I'm getting word from John Gibbs. He'd like you to stop your research.
Mick, you said if you were in the market for a creepy white-haired stalker, Assange would be it. So just to be clear, you're not in the market for a creepy white-haired stalker.
No.
Okay.
No, my son
kind
is
of-
also he's in the green room, so I have to be careful with a lot of my answers here.
What kind of stalker are you in the market?
He's someone a little more casual, a little less intense.
Sure.
Although,
You
want a laid back stalker.
You want a lazy
for having
stalker.
fun.
You want a lazy stalker.
Like that guy that was living on the floor in the attic when he was stalking his girlfriend. He was
Gary
living in the attic.
Busey,
That
yeah.
was a lazy
It's
stalker.
Hide her in the house
You
with
look
Gary
at
Busey.
a stalker with benefits is what you're looking
Yes.
Jedediah, for the record, I do find Assange to be strangely alluring.
You do?
Yes.
Well, you see, that doesn't surprise me, Andy. I know your type.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. By the way, Michael Moore and Keith Olbermann have been getting pilloried for what some are calling their dismissive attitude towards the rape charges against Assange, to the point where Olby announced on Tuesday that he was suspending his account, quote, his Twitter account, until this frenzy has stopped.
Boy, he is getting pilloried.
Yeah. Well, as far as if WikiLeaks is indirectly responsible for Olbermann shutting up, it can't be all bad.
Yeah, actually, you know what? This is an indirect
The light at
triumph.
the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
What does pilloried mean?
I don't know.
I don't really know.
It's what Hillary Clinton eats when she's sick. A pillory. I don't know. I don't know where I am.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Government guidelines for what you should do in case a nuke goes off. Greg, as you said, the government says the best thing to do is get inside a stable building. What about the homeless people?
I don't know.
Why do the terrorists hate the homeless, Greg?
I have no idea.
They're called subways. They live there anyway.
I thought they actually said stable. How's a horse going to
Like get in a stable?
If it's a really fast one, you never know.
Yeah.
By the way, the government slogan for this is weird. If you see something, then you're already dead.
Yeah.
It's not comforting.
Yeah.
Mick, you noted that at the same time this report tells people to stay indoors, a USA Today article says that kids don't get outside enough. Are you suggesting that USA Today wants children to die?
I'm suggesting they make it tougher to digest the information. Yeah, it could be easier.
Can't say digest without die. So you know that. I jest.
Yeah. Greg, you brought up apocalyptic movies, and that leads to my problem with this report. The government spends all this money on what to do if there's a nuclear attack, not a single dime on what to do when the zombie apocalypse comes.
Yeah. And that's that. You know what? There's a higher odds of that happening.
Absolutely.
Than that other thing happening.
You don't say if with zombie apocalypse, you say when.
Yes.
When. Yes. Yeah.
But the thing is, that's why when there's going to be a zombie apocalypse, I want to be the zombie. I don't want to be the person cowering with my family waiting to die.
Right.
I want to be eating your kids.
Right.
You want to be the cool one.
Yeah. You probably, back in the 1940s in Germany, would want to have been the Nazi, too,
No,
right?
that's not true.
Yeah.
That is not true.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in
You
an
just realized what a perfect analogy I just made, and now you don't even know how to respond.
No, because that was a war, my friend. I'm talking about.
It'll be a war. It's a war with the zombies, my friend.
No. After
Don't
the
you
apocalypse.
downplay the war on zombies.
After the Andy, after the apocalypse, all bets are off. It's about survival. I'm talking about having fun. Surviving, you can have fun. You can't have fun surviving indoors. But you can have fun.
Yeah, you know who had fun during the 1940s in Germany, Greg?
Shush.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah.
Zombies don't walk in unison, okay?
They can barely
There's no
walk.
special
period.
step they do
true.
together.
Yeah.
End of story. Let's not take the Nazi route, okay, pal?
And really, they don't have, and they're
popular video.
Right.
In unison.
Nice.
They're not only in unison, in funkuson.
Nice.
I've been
Nice.
corrected.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Andy,
gonna go
how
home
dare
now.
you?
And then they came
How
for the
dare you,
brains.
sir?
How dare
How
you?
dare
compare
you? How
my
dare
zombie
you? How dare
lifestyle
you,
with
sir?
Nazis?
How dare you?
I'm already dead if I'm not. I'm already dead
How
as a
dare
zombie.
you, sir? How dare you,
There's
sir?
no moral question when you're dead.
You're only going to eat Jewish brains,
throwing
aren't
Jack
you?
Ryan
You're
out
a horrible, horrible man. I condemn Nazi zombies. Condemn them, I say.
Greg Alog, gay groups want New York City HIV PSA pulled. Greg, you said without those evil drug companies, which are always demonizing movies like Michael Clayton, there'd be no one alive seeing movies like Michael Clayton. The company in Michael Clayton, U North, was actually not a drug company. It was a Monsanto-like agrochemical company.
And your point?
Michael Clayton was boring, I think is his point.
I just love Tilda Swinton when she sniffed her armpit.
Oh, that was awesome.
That's the greatest scene
I
ever.
love
Hottest-
Tom Wilkinson
hottest
who started
scene ever.
disrobing in public.
Yeah, it's like, you like naked old men. I like smelly, blonde, weird ladies. We can meet halfway.
Jedediah, you said this is a bad ad because it's only aimed at gay men. As far as I could tell, it was only aimed at really hot gay men.
Is there any other kind?
Yeah.
You can't follow that,
Andy,
Andy.
you're right.
Between that and Julian Assange, Andy, you're sort of stealing
You're
my
on a
thunder.
roll, Andy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I am done.
You certainly are. Go away. All right, why is collecting and grooming My Little Ponies not just for 6-year-old girls anymore? Mick Foley explains after the break. But first, ooh, look at my face. Is this the greatest comic book ever? If I don't say yes, the man next to me will kill me. So of course it is. Yes.